Every I can't. I don't think I can get used to that. I do not. Now recording every time. All right. Welcome back, Cody. Episode 3 of Glitchy Ghosts podcast. Um, we're on a roll. I even though this episode is gonna be kind of late, but I think we're doing pretty good. We're supposed to be 2 episodes, but I think my
We're
laziness
still
is
getting
making
in
it
the
one
flow.
episode. Yeah.
We got to get in the flow.
Yeah. So, how was your weekend? Weekend was good.
It was pretty good. It was very very action packed in a sense.
Reaction back. Any games this weekend? Any gaming?
Um, I played a little bit of Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance on the Switch.
Cool.
Um, got to see what the Stadia looks like firsthand. I know it's been out for a while now, but that's pretty much it. How about
Oh,
you?
that's not bad, not bad. Um, Honestly, this was lacking of a game weekend for me, honestly. I don't think I played much. I was with you with the Stadia. That was my first time actually playing that. And I gotta admit, I was kind of impressed. Uh, it's not my first time seeing cloud gaming, but Google did its thing. But honestly, I don't want to give it too much praise. But I do like that controller. The controller was nice. It felt like a Switch controller, to be honest, Switch Pro controller.
Yeah, I was about to say it looked like the Pro controller.
I feel like they copied it. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, it's a
Um,
great controller design.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, this weekend was pretty quiet. It's pretty quiet. But last weekend was actually quite interesting. Last weekend we watched Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, had to wait
Yeah,
forever, but we watched it.
we did. Yeah, finally got to watch some Mortal Kombat. What was your initial thought of it?
Well, movies like that, unlike a lot of people, I go on open-minded. I don't look at it as the franchise itself,
Mm-hmm.
until after the movie, I try to make the connections. A lot of stuff that was kind of unexpected, a brand new character that wasn't in the movie, that wasn't in the video games, a few different character designs. For the most part, they kept Raiden the way he kind of is. They made him a little more aggressive,
He's
but
not white.
well,
let's 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 express that he is not white.
well, they gave him the race that he was supposed to be. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, right. Like they actually did a good job. He's not white this time.
Well,
Even
everybody
though,
else was the correct race.
even though I actually kind of miss that white Raiden. I mean, he was a little bit more aggressive than this Raiden. I feel.
All
Oh
right, I
man.
wasn't expecting that one, but we had a naked some naked characters, Reptile and all that. Um,
Reptile wasn't
yeah,
even. Reptile was just that was an
he was
iguana.
he was
That
a
wasn't a.
Komodo dragon. I'm telling
That
you.
was an iguana. That, that was yeah. That was something special.
um, I did not expect Guru to die so quickly. It is
Who
Guru, right?
died?
Is it Guru?
Goro?
Goro.
Goro?
Yeah. Wow.
Well, he was like towards the end of the episode. Yeah. First of all, use your gaming license for saying guru. But well, okay. Before we get like super in depth about it, did you like it? Did you like the
Yes, I actually
movie?
did like it. You know,
What would you rate it?
honestly though, I wouldn't rate it that high. I wouldn't because it seems like they went all over with the story and weren't sure where they were going.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll rate it like a 6.5 to 7.
6.5. So okay. All right. I think I'm on that 7 mark. I won't rate it 6.5. I'll give it 7. I think what they're doing is they're setting up the universe, obviously. Um,
If they go that route, then I can give it a little higher rating. But if they don't continue where they left off, then it has to stay at around that rating.
I mean, I think it's going to be based off of their numbers at that point.
Yeah.
They're really a lot of these movies are doing that where they're focusing on what their initial numbers are going to be before they even focus on part 2, even though it's in the works. I mean, that's something that I'm pretty sure that's what they're working on. They're working on a whole universe for Mortal Kombat, and that's why at the end of the movie you see them saying that they're going to recruit Johnny Cage. Um, Sorry for the spoilers, but movie's been out a while already. Um,
You think
I
he's gonna be
just
white?
Yeah. And Johnny Cage is not white then. You know what? Honestly, I wouldn't even be mad. You know what? They have every right to make him like any other race because, like, it's just whatever. Like, have fun with it. I honestly don't care how wacky they do this movie setup because I mean, in my initial thought, I thought Liu Kang would be the main character, but they made this guy
Kind of a bitch.
Liu Kang. Well, I feel like
I'm
he
not
was
saying a
portrayed
bitch
as
with fighting. I'm just saying like it seemed like fighting was the last thing. He was more so worried about Kung Lao.
that's how it was in the video game though. A bit he cared about his
But
brother a lot.
yeah, but well, is
But was it
Kung
brother or
Lao is not his
cousin?
brother. Yeah,
Cousin.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm losing my license. But no, like I mean, talking about he had to die before, like that.
that was his honor. Like in his honor, he's like, oh. But you know, it was corny. It was definitely corny. I think, yeah, I thought he was gonna be the main character, but we get what is this guy's name? What's
I don't even
Scorpion's son's
remember.
name again?
I don't even remember.
Um,
That is a question I should have, thought of.
I'm not mad at them for introducing kids because what Mortal Kombat did that. I think 10 did that, where they introduced the children.
Yeah.
Um, where they started showing that they all the combatants started
You
fucking
think we're
each
gonna
other
get
and
a Kenshin?
who?
Blind Samurai?
Oh, uh, maybe. I mean, there's so much they can do with it. There's so much they can do with it. Honestly, I don't know if they're gonna. I hope they expand it. I mean, there was. Let's just the elephant in the room is just that there was no tournament in a Mortal Kombat movie. Like they just didn't make the tournament. They just fought, which was fine. Fighting is cool, but there was just no tournament. Maybe they're setting it up for a tournament to happen, but I do agree. Goro dying like this movie
Well, then again,
kind of
it did show that he was gonna bring him back. Because now I remember it, they did go in smoke.
they did, yeah. They did. And it does set up the movie sets up Sub-Zero to become noob. Because he died the way he dies makes it look like he becomes noob. So that means they're gonna set up for a whole nother Sub-Zero to come back. Maybe we'll see.
Maybe we get a little more backstory on Scorpion because I mean he died in the beginning. There's
I
no.
think, I think we got enough of Scorpion. I think because this was definitely Scorpion's movie. This was Hanzo's movie, and because it was just revolving around him and his son and getting the revenge
Oh,
from
that wasn't his
Sub-Zero.
son. Remember, that was like his great 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 great
Oh
grandson.
yeah, yeah. I keep saying it's his son, and yeah, you're right.
Because
It's his
they
lineage.
gave like
It's his lineage.
a minute backstory on that. I can
Right. I
understand the
think it was
confusion.
his. Right. He had a daughter. It was a daughter actually, and
Yeah,
then her lineage went down, and then finally this guy. I keep forgetting his. I really Cole.
Cole Young.
Cole. There you go. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I'm still gonna keep it a 7 though. Honestly, it was a okay movie. There was good. There was definitely good fighting scenes. But
Like the
it
fighting, I
just
actually really enjoyed. I really enjoyed the fighting in the very beginning with Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
yeah, the
I
visuals were
enjoyed that a
really
lot.
good. Yeah. Uh.
Um, I
I
enjoyed the
didn't.
fighting at the end.
You know what? I don't know how I feel about uh Cole's like Power Ranger suit up. Like I don't know how I feel about that. That was just kind of weird. I
It
mean, I
was
get that's
morphin'
his
time.
power.
You got to
Yeah,
get
it
it.
felt like it. It felt like it was morphing time at the end, and then him and his dad like teamed up. Not dad. I keep saying dad. Oh God. Him and his great great
Papa.
grandpa, yeah, his papa beat up Sub-Zero. And then wait, they killed Kano, right? Here's like another thing that kills me is that they killed Kano. That's supposed to be uh Cassie Cage's enemy, and then she stays in the movie. She gets her dragon tattoo, and yeah, it just I don't know. I agree with you. It felt all over the place. There was too much going on, um, and it felt like it could have been a longer movie, but I'm kind of happy it wasn't.
I mean, I definitely gonna agree on that one.
Just waiting for Snyder's cut of Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
8 hours
my
long.
lord.
And it's just Hanzo like cutting down a tree for like 2 hours.
He had to get the wood, man.
He had to get the wood. Oh man. Um.
But I mean, that's what you kind of get when you make movies off of video games. I mean, think of all the other movies that came from video games. Can you tell me how good they were?
Well, yeah, compared to, I think Mortal Kombat did a good job. I think, and even in the older movies, well, let's not talk about two. Let's talk about one, right? Because Mortal Kombat 2 was garbage. Mortal Kombat 1 did a good job, I think, representing the video game itself, even with the costumes. Um,
You're talking about the
and just
1995 one?
yeah, the OG.
Yeah.
I think they did a good job. And I'm talking about for that time and then representing what? I think it was the Sega Genesis version of the games, or maybe I think maybe the PlayStation version. I'm not sure exactly when, but
Oh no, I believe that was Sega because PlayStation had just came out, if I'm not mistaken.
well, whatever. It's still representing those characters. I think they did a really good job. I think Mortal Kombat has been on a good level, except like I said, except for two. And this new one, I think it did okay. I really wish it would have tied more closer to the video game story because Mortal Kombat 10 and 11 story was actually pretty good, and they just didn't. They went a whole nother direction, which is fine. Give us a whole new story, cool. But I would have liked to see a movie adaptation of what we actually played in the video game.
I actually have a
Um,
really good question on that. Like they've been trying to do all these live action of video games and just animated stuff. Do you think they should have just went down the route like how Beowulf was, a completely animated movie? Do you think they would have been able to do a better job on it?
Visually, I think it would have looked dope. I think they would have probably been a lot more risky with it because they would have put like a lot like crazy characters in it. Like that. Well, I mean, they had a whole flying bat lady. I don't know who the hell that was, but um, I think that's what the whole Scorpion animated series was. I think it was meant to do that, and it's been done already, right? But to have that CG full CG movie, I don't know. I don't. I think I'm gonna say I'm 50-50 on it. I think it would be a great idea to do it that way, but then again, just don't know. I would have to just see a concept of it. I'd have to see a concept because I like seeing real people. I like seeing real people portray these characters because I feel like Jax was a great like they picked the right person for Jax, the right person for Sub-Zero, the right person for Scorpion, the right person for Casey. Is it Casey Cage or Cassandra
No,
Cage? Which one is it?
Sonya.
So I said, why am I saying Casey? Which one's
I
Casey?
have
That's
no
her
clue.
daughter, right? Or
Yeah, I believe it's
yeah,
the daughter.
I'm thinking, yeah, because I'm thinking her daughter, Sonya Cage. Or actually, it's not Cage yet. Sonya Blade. Um, Liu Kang, I think they did a, I think it was decent. Raiden looked good. I did not like Shang Tsung. I missed the OG saying Shang Tsung, but yeah, I mean beggars can't be choosers. But I feel like I said, I like that they had a good cast for it. And like I said,
Yeah,
if they did a kind of like a CG kind of movie to it, I mean, yeah, I mean they can make better looking characters, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm on the fence with that. Um, but yeah, I think as far as like movie wise for video games, I feel like Mortal Kombat is up there, uh, doing a good adaptation of the game. Unlike Resident Evil, Resident Evil just we don't even know where that went. That went like left, just like the how Resident Evil like kind of the games went.
yeah. I mean,
Because
they I think they're on their own universe type thing, just
they
with
were trying
taking
to
stuff
create
from
their
it.
own yeah, they were trying to create their own universe, and that was the annoying part of that. But they did nothing with the actual video game lore. Like they just put I forgot what her name is, but they made her the main character in Resident Evil and try to basically build her whole story up through how many movies? Eight?
A
Or
lot.
no, I think it's like six. They're not on Fast and Furious level, but they're close.
So, no, they can't get close. Remember, they Fast and Furious is like Call of Duty.
Yeah,
It's
I think
almost
Fast and
every
Furious
year.
is at yeah. Fast and Furious I think is at like 10 or something like that. But yeah, I would love them to reboot Resident Evil. I mean, so I didn't see the trailer yet, and I saw on YouTube, just a clip of it, but I didn't get to actually watch the trailer. But the new Resident Evil, which is actually an animated, well, CG movie, it's gonna be a Leon. It's gonna be Leon's story, which I'm excited about that. But give us a real, live action of Leon and Chris and all that. Like, I don't know, we just didn't get that in the Resident Evil franchise. We
Yeah,
got
I haven't
Wesker
seen a trailer or anything up. Does he have his jacket?
of Leon.
Yeah, I
I
think I
think he has
asked
a
this to
jacket.
you.
I think he has a jacket. But I didn't watch. Like I said, I gotta watch the trailer. But it looks like from the little snippet I saw, it looked good. But I have to actually watch the trailer, so I can't really talk too much into that. Um, I don't know. I feel like if we were to put like movie and gaming adaptations, I want to say Mortal Kombat's number one. Um, I'm gonna say Mario Brothers is number two.
Number two. Number two.
Number two.
Seriously.
Honestly, like one for one replica of the game. Like honestly, it's like crazy. Like you can't even get any closer than that.
Yeah, I don't know what Mario games you were playing.
Like you,
you, mu- you must have been playing the electricians instead of the plumbers, bro.
I don't know. I don't know, man. That was such a good movie, man. I don't know what you're talking about. That was definitely heavily based off the video game.
Yeah, if you think so.
uh,
Nah,
I
I wouldn't
can't.
say that.
Listen. You must not have been watching the Mario movie I watched.
I definitely wasn't.
Oh man, King Koopa. But I still want to know who that
That was
fat lady
Jurassic
was,
Park, man.
cause like I never, and I remember watching or looking at the wiki of the movie, but I don't know who that fat lady was. Who she was supposed to be from the video game, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going off topic. But no, I think yeah, it would be Mortal Kombat. Then it would be. mm, yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say Resident Evil over Doom, because Doom was pretty
Definitely.
bad. Doom was pretty garbage. Um, but then again, it had The Rock.
First off, he's now upgraded. He's the boulder,
Uh,
soon to be mountain.
oh gosh. Um, I'm trying to think of other movie video games.
I mean,
I
they've
don't.
had a few. You had Tomb Raider, which
Oh, you know what though? Those. I want to say I like them though, but I have like a special place in my heart for Tomb Raider. So like I don't know if they're really like I can't say whether it was bad or good just because I was young and I just enjoyed that movie.
it was more so action than tomb raiding, like it always is.
I mean Angelina Jolie, so you can't really. I don't know.
Like I said, when it comes down to games becoming movies or vice versa, I go on open
hmm
minded. I don't look at it like, oh, this is based off the video game. Because like for the Mario Brother movie, you will be disappointed. Like,
Well, all right. Listen, I gotta let's take it back from that, right? Honestly, they didn't have much to work with because at that time of that movie, if you look at back when they
I
made
mean,
that
it
movie,
came
that
out
was
in 1993.
right. It came out, I think, when was that? Mario Brothers. I said Mother. Mario Brothers 3 or something like that came out, or 2. I'm not sure which one it was. Um, they based it off the first video game, so they gave these guys this the writers. I don't know who or whoever the creative directors for this movie. They gave them the game. They said this is what we want to base it off of. They had to imagine this 2D world. They had to turn it into a whole movie. And honestly, I mean, they were smoking crack and it was great. It came out beautiful. Okay.
You know who should have been Mario and Luigi?
So
Cheech and Chong.
honestly,
Tell me I'm
I
not
would
wrong.
I'd watch that. I don't think they would make. I think
They
they
would,
wouldn't make it to Mushroom Kingdom.
but think no, no, they would have. See, here's
They
how
were
I
already
say it.
there.
No, no,
because
They're
they were
sitting
high as
down.
a kite.
They're sitting down on the couch playing, Super Mario Brothers. They're getting high as hell, and then
Uh,
bam, they get transported into the game. It's $1 million idea right there.
I love it. I just don't see it ever being made. But no, it's honestly I'd watch that honestly. But I mean I like who they chose for Mario Luigi. I
I mean,
think
it
those
fit perfectly.
they no yeah they did a good job. I think they were great for it. The movie just sucked. The movie just sucked. But it always has a special place in my heart, honestly. Other movies I had to just quickly look it up, but Sonic the Hedgehog wasn't that bad.
I have yet to see that.
Uh, I I'm not mad at it. For a kids movie, I think it works really well. Uh, Watching it as an adult, I mean, it's extremely corny, but if if I was a bit younger, I think I would appreciate that movie a lot more, honestly. And I think the story was fine. Um, but yeah, I can't. I'm gonna have to. I'll get back to you on the rating of movies and because there's a lot. Because like Assassin's Creed, apparently there's a Final Fantasy one.
Well, that's an animated one, if I'm not mistaken, though.
It actually is, yeah, it is. But still, movie adaptation.
I mean,
Uh, they even have a Dead or Alive movie. You know what? I gotta go back to this. We gotta go back to this topic at some point. We'll come back to this definitely at a later episode. But yeah, I'm sorry, still thinking about Mario Brothers.
I'm upset. You was like, yeah, for number two, definitely gonna
That's
go
number
after
two.
that.
Yeah, that has to be number. You know what's making me mad though? It's not on this list on Google though. Like of it's not even good enough to be on this list.
I mean, it made 39 million worldwide box office.
I believe it.
I
I
mean,
believe
it
it.
it it did better than Far Cry. I hope you know there was a Far Cry movie.
Oh, I know. Just like
It
there was a
didn't hit a
Street Fighter
million.
movie.
It did not hit a million at all.
Yeah. You know what though? I am happy that comic book movies are doing better, or I'm saying comic books are doing better in movies than video games. I just don't understand why we can't get like the funny thing is like with video games, there's a whole story you play. You already have the story. You just have to put it in a real life situation.
That's what I
Just
was
like
already thinking. I
just
I,
like
I was.
Assassin's Creed, right? You have a whole story. Why can't we just watch that?
Well, let me tell you why. Right
I'm listening.
now,
I'm
think
here.
about it. Say we got a friend. He played all the Assassin's Creeds. Now, I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure after playing them so many times and you've seen that story so many times, you're really gonna want to go watch a movie where you were able to actually control that character in the game. So they
But
got to switch up the story to make it
you're
more
f-
interesting.
you're following a small group of people, right? Let's like Assassin's Creed. I feel like we're gonna use that as the example, right? Uh, Half of those people, and I'm gonna just say half, as like just to be like split down the middle. Half of those people are still gonna go see that movie. The people that played the game, because they want to see that. Then there's gonna be people that never played the game to go see this movie. Now that movie that is the face of the game. So I would rather them just screen for screen, scene for scene, go from game to movie, good visuals, right? Even if they did, let's say Assassin's Creed 1, where you're playing as Altair and you go through your whole like learning about being an assassin. If that was the first thing these people saw and it ended up being good, right? Like if that's the face of your movie, those people are gonna go want to play the game.
I mean,
Instead
I
of
can see
you
that.
having this garbage where you make this weird ass like futuristic world and you get put into the the Matrix and then you become an assassin. Like I don't know. That's just my thought process on that.
I mean, to
Garbage.
each its own.
Basuda.
It's garbage.
Oh man. Yeah, no.
To each its own, though.
To each his own. To each his own. I mean, screw those movies. Whatever. But oh man. We played did we I don't know if we talked about it last episode, but Did we play a little bit more of? Oh, we did. We did. We
Yeah,
played a little bit more of Resident Evil.
we're at the very ending right now. It seems like.
Almost. Yeah, I think we're almost at the cusp. We went into the factory, right?
Yeah, we went into factor. Oh, actually, no, we're up to the very last part of the brother, the son, the guy that controls the metal.
What is his name?
I don't remember.
I don't remember his name.
But we also found out Chris is not a bad guy.
Listen. So we know of right now. Let's just
Yo,
I don't
Chris
know
is not a
because
bad guy.
it's
I'm on
still
Chris's side.
I still think Chris is hiding something from us. So what we learned so far, right? We go through this whole thing. We're fighting we're fighting the Lycans, right? We go into the factory, we're fighting Lycans left and right. We're also fighting a bunch of these like cyborg drill hand people while we're going through this whole factory. Um and I swear his name is escaping me, but the last, well, whatever, the sc- okay. Um,
Want me to just leave off where I was talking?
yeah. So go ahead. Um,
But it
let's
was
just real quick. We keep getting cut off with our recording software, so this is just gonna be a weird cut from what we were just talking about. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue.
yeah, like I feel as though when we were in that bathroom, the bathing room, I guess you can call it, we would have figured out just by randomly clicking and stuff rather than actually using some brain power and thinking. There's no hard puzzles in this one, unlike the past ones.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think I don't feel like there's many puzzles. I think it's just pick this up, go to this location, put it there, go somewhere else. I think who had the place that had the most kind of puzzly area was probably the Igor looking guy, where we were in the water and we had to flip the switches. I think that was probably like the most puzzly puzzle thing that we had in the game.
The next
Um,
I'll say will be the doll because we had to figure out where to find this, what to do with this, like with the doll that we had to take apart.
That is true. That is true. Actually, yeah, you're right. And that was more of like a Saw level. It's kind of like what they did in Resident Evil 7, where the brother, where he liked playing games. He liked doing like basically like Saw.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. Like I really like this game. I think the game's great. But
my only
yeah,
complaint is there's not enough puzzles.
yeah, it's more actiony, and and that's not a bad thing. Honestly, it's good because it's a horror action game, and I think they were kind of pushing their way away from puzzles. Honestly, um, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, but yeah. So we get up to the point where we meet up with Chris after we go through all these, mundane running around the factory and picking stuff up and putting stuff down. Um, and we find out that Mia wasn't Mia. It was
Mother
Mother
Miranda.
Miranda in disguise of Mia, and that's why she got shot up.
You
But
think he got laid by Mother Miranda?
I don't know, man. I'm starting to really think that. I'm not sure. How long do we know Mother Miranda was there? You know what I'm
She had
saying?
to have been there shortly after the birth. So
Right, we don't know that, and that's the crazy part about that. We do not know that, and I guess we'll know more towards the end, or maybe not. Maybe, well, we'll see. But I want to
next
say I'm
time
hoping
on
that we're
Resident
close to
Evil.
the. I'm hoping we're close to the end, but I kind of don't want it to end because I'm really enjoying the game. It's really good. I definitely see myself playing it again. Um, and trying to if they had like an unlimited ammo mode, I'd enjoy that. Just to
They
just run
don't,
around and play around.
but I do know there is a new game plus mode.
I'm good. I don't even want to play that hard because like when we're like I got lucky because we're playing on normal, but there was a lot of times I got too lucky, like to the point where it was like last shot in my gun, last like
Yeah, you got
bullet.
lucky a little too many times. I'll tell you that much. I don't think you should test that anymore.
No, no, definitely not.
'Cause at this point, Mother Miranda, we're gonna be fighting her with a knife.
I'm upset you said that because watch it's gonna happen.
I know
Because so far everything
everything
you
I've
said
said.
has come true, and I don't like that.
I don't like it
Uh,
either.
uh, a few things though. I mean, we're playing Resident Evil Village on the PlayStation 5, so we're playing with the new
Haptic
controller.
feedback.
Yeah, and you get that whole haptic feedback, and it's in the triggers. They really went hard on these haptic feedback for shooting the guns. You definitely can feel it. And uh there were times where I felt like we were robbed of shooting the weapon just because of haptic feedback.
And I looked at you like you were stupid. I was like, why aren't you shooting? Before I got a chance to play, and I'm just looking at you like, yo, shoot, bruh. And it's like, I'm trying. I was like, clearly not. I mean, you ain't shoot your gun yet. Then I was shooting, and you can't. It's not like it's hard to shoot. It sometimes just doesn't let you pull that trigger.
Yeah. And I mean, I like it. I kind of like it because it adds a difficulty level to it. And I mean, I've shot in a gun before. Uh, it's not like you can spam a trigger, but there is a kind of a delay where it kind of pushes, the trigger pops back out to shoot again, right? Um,
But that happens on our first bullet also.
yeah, and it's hard. It's hard to really like pull that trigger down, and you feel the resistance. You feel that resistance, and it's pretty aggressive. It's pretty aggressive. I hope PlayStation or games, because I feel like it's based off the developers, but I hope that they give you the option in future games to either change the sensitivity or decide whether you want to turn that on or off. I
I think
think you
they
might be
have
able
that
to do,
option to
yeah,
turn it off, but not the
but not
sensitivity.
sensitivity.
Um,
Yeah.
do you think that'll really like impact a lot more combat heavy games?
Uh, a lot of shooters, yeah. I feel like a lot of shooters. I mean, for Call of Duty, I think I was told that they nailed it on the head with how they shoot because like it feels good. Like it has like you have a short travel time because like when you're playing a competitive first person shooter like that and your travel time of shooting the gun of like pulling down that trigger can affect the outcome of who wins, right? Sometimes it gets to that point. And with haptic feedback, I was told that, the travel time is actually smaller because it stops you halfway and it shoots the gun because it's like actually, it's trying to,
I can definitely see that because when we
right,
play Call of Duty on the PC, you guys are able to shoot a lot faster because y'all do use mouse and keyboard. All I gotta pull that Xbox controller,
that trigger down.
that
Yeah,
trigger
you
all the way down,
pulling that trigger down.
or I
Right.
get a single shot.
And I think with the PS5, I think that haptic feedback, I think it changes it, and I think you actually get a shorter travel time. Um, but you also kind of, I feel like you get that resistance too, kind of like in Resident Evil. But I'm sure I don't know if it's as aggressive. Um, I forgot what other games like you could feel it in Spider-Man, like when you're swinging, you could feel that kind of that resistance when you pull the trigger down. You feel like the webs, like you're holding onto the web and you're letting it go. Like
Yeah, it felt nice on that
it's
one.
actually, yeah, the web swing is pretty cool in that. I think the same thing. Actually, yeah, playing Borderlands 3, um, because that had a PlayStation 5 upgrade. Uh, that actually that actually felt pretty good. I like the way those guns feel with the haptic feedback. There was some that felt like Resident Evil where I'm pressing it and I felt like I wasn't able to get a shot out fast enough, and that kind of affected a little bit of how I would play instead of just spamming it and being able to shoot fast. But I'm not mad at that. I think it adds an element to the game. I'm not against it. Really not.
Oh, I have a question now. Now, you've had the PS5 for a while now, for a few months. And you've been playing it. How do you like it overall?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're in this this weird loop of gaming consoles, right? Where nothing has really changed dramatically from the original Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And I feel like that right now. Like I don't feel like these are next generation consoles. Like
So,
next generation.
do
Gotta
you think a pro versions in the works probably for that then to give you that jump because I know with the PS4 when they came out with the Pro, it did up everything like
It made it
graphics wise and
faster,
all. Yeah, they made everything.
and you could do 4K, yes, on the PS4 Pro, and you couldn't do that on the PlayStation 4 nor the Xbox One. You had to get it on the Xbox One X, right? I mean, uh, it's hard to say because, granted, and let me fix my comments here. These newer consoles can do ray tracing, they can do 4K. Um, I think they're locking these at 60 frames per second now. That's the new norm because before it was 30 frames. Uh, the speed is there and the visuals are there, right? But as a person that's been playing on PC, it's just like not super impressive. But if I was the only console player, the jump from let's say a original PlayStation 4 to a PlayStation 5, I would be blown away by it. But knowing that if you're going from a PlayStation 4 Pro to a 5, I don't think you're going to see too much of a difference. And it's the same thing for Xbox, I feel. So I feel like this is a plus of a plus.
Uh, well, given the chance, would you have gotten the Xbox Series X instead?
No,
So you're
no.
happy with it overall then?
No, I think it's just exclusivity, especially since I have a PC. If I all right, let's take the PC out of the realm. If I didn't have a PC and I had to choose between either or,
Are
I
you
might
ask? Oh,
I would go with Xbox. And the only reason why I would go to Xbox is just because of that Game Pass. That Game Pass is that their services are just beautiful. That setup is beautiful. Like just all of those games just for paying monthly and that's included with your Xbox Live. That's crazy. Um
I can. I'm borderline with that one because I do really do love the PlayStation exclusives. I love the Ratchet and Clanks, the Uncharted series, and all that, especially Last of Us. I love that. So for me, I'll probably only go with the Xbox mainly for Halo.
I doubt that. I doubt that. And the only reason why I say that is like, yeah, PlayStation has some great single player exclusives. Yes, like you said, like Ratchet and Clank and all that. But Xbox has a lot of meat on the bones. And now that they acquired Bethesda, I think you would be on that level of I need to be with them because I honestly, I mean, from the games you play, Skyrim, Fallout, like
Dishonored.
those are gonna be exclusive to Xbox in the
I,
future.
I don't think so. I think they'll still share.
No, no, they already confirmed one of Bethesda's games are gonna be the newest one they announced is gonna be solely on Xbox. So it's, I mean, granted, I'm sure some of them will be on across all platforms, but I think we'll start seeing Bethesda being solely exclusive for Xbox since they bought them. I think there's gonna be a lot more titles that you think. Um, and my pick is not because of Bethesda. My pick is just because of just like how Xbox has marketed it. Now, PlayStation, I believe, has better sales than Xbox for the 5 versus the Series X, but I only think that because you can play Xbox games now, a lot of them on PC, and I think a lot of people are moving to PC.
I think so
So, and
also.
I don't know if they're running those numbers of like how many people are playing Xbox on the Xbox app on PC. So I'm not sure. Like I don't know if they ran those numbers, but I think hardware sales, I think PlayStation 5 is doing better. But there's not really anything for PlayStation 5 right now. And the same thing for Series X. Like we're in that weird console like limbo where we just don't have anything to play.
Well, yeah, I can. I'm looking at the sales of both right now. PlayStation's in the lead by a few million.
Yeah, well, you got like like we said, we got Nintendo just sitting over there
Well,
collecting
Nintendo's in
money from.
between still.
Yeah, like they're just sitting in the corner, like laughing at these two because. And the thing is, like Switch didn't do good numbers when it first came out. Switch's numbers came up during COVID.
Makes you wonder.
It makes you want, yeah, it makes you wonder, yeah, would have Nintendo, numbers been as good without COVID? And then the same thing for these consoles, honestly. Uh, what would these consoles numbers have been if COVID never existed? Because I don't think we would have gotten the scalpers. I
I don't
mean,
think we would
granted,
have got that many. We would have
it
got
wouldn't have been as
some.
bad, I think. Yeah, I don't think it wouldn't have been as crazy because a lot of these scalpers are flipping for money. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people are making money off of these flips. Um, I don't, I don't feel bad about just damn flips. I mean, I hate people flipping stuff, but like it's just, I get it. You got to make your money somehow. But I don't think that these consoles would be doing these numbers without COVID.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah, yeah. Even Pokemon. Let's throw that out there. I mean, Pokemon cards. I mean, you're seeing a big leap in that stuff now. Like people are bored and they're
You got
doing dumb stuff.
Yeah, you
These
got all these
streamers,
YouTubers. Yeah.
yeah, they're like, oh, I want to collect. I want to make money. And it's not about collecting. It's more about just making money. And I think that's just the name of the game these last 2 years. It's just, well, this year and last year, it's just making money. And that's the same thing with these consoles. That's why nobody's getting these second gen. And the same thing for PC gaming. You got cryptocurrency, people are mining, and then people are a mixture of mining and flipping these cards. So like there's not a lot of people that can get invested in PC gaming as well. So like who's really gaming? It's just the people that were already well established before COVID.
Yeah, I know when I made my gaming PC, my upgrade middle of last year, prices were just going up. I'm glad I
Yeah,
got
you
everything I
actually
got
got
now.
lucky. You started right before everything hit the fan. I think you literally made that PC right before everything hit the fan. Like everybody was like, we need to like sell, like buy everything out."
Yeah, 'cause I think my RTX right now is probably like going for like 800 to 1,000.
Right, yeah, your 20 series. And think about that, like,
Yeah.
and that 30 series is just rare because people were just all the bots were buying it out. Crazy stuff. So let's bring Nintendo back in this mix. They're getting a lot of flack for a certain game, but not even the game, but the accessory for this game. And that's Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword, right? Skyward Sword.
Yep.
Um, they came out with an amiibo, and this amiibo, first of all, costs what, $25? What is
$25.
the average of amiibo? 12 or
12,
9,
13. It's around that much.
right? So this is double the price of like an original amiibo, which it's not a first time that happened because I believe Yoshi, and actually no, I, I don't think that price is too crazy. I feel like there was other amiibos that were priced pretty high. I think Yoshi, the large yarn one, I think that was around $20. But this was 25, right? For a regular
Yeah.
size amiibo. And I think a lot of people are not upset about the price because Nintendo fans will just buy whatever. They don't care. They'll buy it. It's the it's what this amiibo can do, right? Uh so apparently the amiibo lets you fast travel at any point in the game. So you can be in the middle of a fight and you could throw this amiibo on and travel. I mean, I might be wrong. Maybe you got to be idle or something, but it's it's advertised you can do it anywhere. right?
I'm looking right now. A lot of people are trying to justify it by saying it's actually two characters in one because it comes with the Loftwing bird that you fly around in Skyward Sword and Zelda,
Hmm.
but it's still one base. It's one amiibo.
Right. I wouldn't have been mad if they did like a double pack, and it was they separated them, and then they each did two different things. But so this is there's a paywall, right? I mean, I wouldn't consider this like a DLC. I would just say this is a game feature that they're selling to you via a toy to life um, product, right? Um, I mean, first of all, how do you feel about them doing that? Like putting this feature locked behind Amiibo.
I don't like a feature lock for any of the Zelda games. Granted, I definitely saw something like this coming eventually because they're running out of uses, I guess you could say, for the amiibos besides putting save data on it or something like that. But to try to lock it like that makes you kind of wonder what are they going to do next? Because one, yeah, they're talking about making it you're able to pay what is it, like $25 also in store for the same unlock feature, but you're not getting the actual physical thing. So it I don't like it. Overall, I don't like it. It seems like it's a move in the wrong direction. They're gonna take tons of deserved heat, I will say, for that because it's stupid.
Hmm.
Cause let's see, in Breath of the Wild, those amiibos they gave you stuff in game that you can use constantly, but it wasn't stuff that you couldn't get.
Right. It wasn't. It didn't add to the game. It just
Yeah,
helped. It just gave you kind of a help. I mean, I feel like that's the same thing with this, right? I mean, it's not a. There's in the game itself, right? They showed the map already. I don't think you've seen the map, but there's it's this kind of the same thing as like a Breath of the Wild where you have like the toad like the towers where you can fast travel. They kind of have like that same thing in the Skyward Sword. So there's points in the map where you can fast travel. This amiibo lets you not have to go to those points in order to
yeah,
fast travel. You could just do it anywhere,
yeah.
right?
Anywhere and even within dungeons, which that's at that point it's making the game go from normal to extremely easy.
So I would then consider this easy mode, right? I feel like I
Easy
would
or a
call that
cheat.
easy mode.
I would call it cheating in a sense. To be able to travel in a game
Mhm.
that easy, even within dungeons.
So I think as a Zelda fan, right? Do you then it's like, do you really care, right? Like,
Me
would you rather
personally,
just
no.
play the game, right? You'd rather play the game base with its challenges, with the fast travels that's already in the game, you know?
I'll play it as is, but at the end of the day, it's also like I I don't want to see this because you got to think, what are they gonna do with the next Zelda games? You think they're gonna have this kind of thing in it, not just like an extra feature? Maybe actually have it like some DLC that you can only unlock with the amiibo that I can't get because it's sold out everywhere.
Right, like they're like if this is like a play test. Like this is
Yeah.
like let's see what we do. I don't know. I don't think Nintendo has much of its ears to the ground with its fan base, but I hope they do this point because it's definitely gotten a lot of pushback that this was a dumb idea. Um, I don't really care too much about it just because like I agree it's just like I feel like it's just a cheat code or easy mode of the game. Um, I think Nintendo should have read the room and saw how the climate is with anything that you pay that you like physical that you can buy because somebody will buy 50 of them and sell them for twice the price. So that's why I feel like nobody's gonna get their hands on this amiibo. Um, Scalper is gonna go crazy on this. It's gonna be ridiculous. And I think they need to read the room on that. And let's say they do. right? And then they give you an option to pay $5 to get this this feature in the game. I feel like I would go crazy. I feel like it's just stupid. I feel like the feature just should just not exist.
Yeah,
I feel like
I
they should
agree.
have thought of something else. It should have just been maybe like, oh, it gives you a new
Extra
skin or
extra
something like that.
rubies, some arrows, something.
Yeah, but then again, they really want these amiibos to work, right? They really want these amiibos to do something and to have some type of girth to them, right? But and they haven't. They haven't had it any type of oomph to them in any game except Super Smash Brothers.
Well, no, they
Um,
had it had to it in Breath of the Wild. Now that I think of it, because you were able to spawn in Wolf Link, and he was a good companion.
well, they're right there, so that right there is a feature or a deal. Like I feel like that's something that like you paid for that feature. Like that's a feature in the game. How much was Wolf Link? I think Wolf Link was like $15.
Well, I got it with the Twilight Princess though for the Wii U.
True. Yeah. But let's say you didn't. Let's say you got it. I think I got it later on. I think he was $15.
Yeah,
Um
it's around the average
that's a
price for it.
$15 DLC. That's what I feel. Uh but like if you're gonna invest in amiibos, cool. You know what you're getting yourself into. I think we both have like a small collection of amiibos. You know what you're getting, and you know that they're not really providing much to your game as much as they wanted it to. And really, amiibos came out around the time of Skylanders and all those like crazy toy to life games, right? And Nintendo really wanted to market off of that because they saw kids were buying Skylanders like crazy, and they just wanted to get in on that. And I'm surprised that Nintendo was still promoting and working on amiibos.
I say
I'm
if they
surprised
would have
they
made
haven't
like
killed
a
it yet.
Skylanders before these amiibos, like a game with all of them, I think that would actually do well. I can honestly say
A
that.
sandbox game? Yeah, I mean, I think so too. Or I don't know. E3 is around the corner, right? If if they announced, this is just me thinking out loud. If they announced like a Mario Kart and these amiibos can unlock your these characters, but you don't need the amiibos to unlock the characters. It's just like a faster way. You already have these amiibos. That would be cool too.
Yeah,
Or
I feel like
levels.
they should have did that with Smash Brothers. That would have been a smart idea.
Right, it
A
should be
fast
either
unlocked.
or. Not a you need to buy the amiibo to get the character.
A fast unlocked, or like during the story, you can place it on your controller, and then that'll be like your backup that comes in during the story. That would have
They
been
could have they
smart.
could have did the same thing for Mario Maker. They could have used amiibo support to add to that game, but they didn't. I mean, there's so many things. I mean, there's a lot of amiibos too. So and there's a lot of amiibos that are no longer available to buy. So it kind of to 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 put something big into a game like that and have to invest on these figures to kind of improve upon your game. I'm kind of happy they haven't really done much with it because I feel like no matter what, it will ruin the game. And we're already seeing that with Skyward Sword. People who want this feature and can't get this amiibo, they can't do nothing. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a weird vibe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, I don't know where we go from there, right? I don't know where we're gonna go from what Nintendo's gonna do with that. I mean, E3's around the corner. I think we're gonna see some stuff. I think, and I'm hoping they don't disappoint us.
Well, maybe we'll see that Metro that they've been talking about.
What, since you're talking about Metroid, like from the
The
first year that they had the Switch came out,
nah,
the 3D Metroid.
that 2D one that they're working on.
Well, so that one's a rumor, right? So I know we heard that. So the rumor is that there is a 2D Metroid coming that's finished. This game is done, right? They just need to announce it. Like I'm talking about, it's ready to launch.
Will they though?
It's not a matter of will, it's when, right? Now that's if the rumor's true. If the rumor's true, it's about it when they're gonna release it. Um, I don't think we needed another 2D Metroid. I don't think we needed it. The fact that we're waiting on this 3D Metroid that was announced years, That's a S at the end of year. Years. That means it's multiple.
That's
Years ago,
specify.
right? I think that is ridiculous. And to have no gameplay shown yet.
All we got was a nice, Metroid symbol. What was it? A
No, the
3 on
title.
there?
It showed. I don't remember. That's how long ago. I don't even know. I would have to probably search YouTube to even see that. What is I can't even call it a trailer. It's just like a teaser of like the name, right? Um
Oh, Metroid Prime 4.
yeah, Metro Part 4. 2017. 2017. Isn't that crazy? 2017. Years. Yeah, I don't think we need a 2D one. I mean, even if they come out with one, I'll play it. But the one on the DS, the 3DS/2DS, um, that didn't do so well, and I think that was just because it came out towards the end of the the life of the DS series, but nobody really wanted it. And it was a good Metroid, don't get me wrong, because it had that Metro Castlevania kind of mix to it where you're running around and
Yeah, but
you know,
we
you know,
wanted the GameCube
everybody
one.
knows Metroid. Yeah.
We wanted
Yeah,
the GameCube
exactly.
one.
Definitely. And that's what we're waiting on. But whatever. Well, yeah, I don't want to say I care enough about it. I don't care about it enough. And it's like, do we need another 2D platformer game? I don't think so. I think we got enough of Mario. I think we got enough
Uh,
from uh
we got enough 2D Metrovania type games.
style
We definitely
games.
got a
Yeah.
lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I got like
Definitely.
8 on my Switch Lite.
That's exactly. Exactly. I guess Nintendo just kind of wants to like give us something Metroid just to say like, hey, we did it, we gave you something. Like, don't
Shut up
ask
and
us
take
about
it.
it. Right? Yeah, don't ask us about it. We talked about this offline, but I think I'm scared they're waiting for like a Switch Pro to like push Metroid Prime 4. Maybe it just doesn't run well on Switch.
I, I I can see that. I can. They may be working with, the type of technology that's in these, I wouldn't say newer consoles, probably actual regular, PS4 and Xbox, One type
Well,
of
maybe it's just hard to
technology.
develop for the Switch. Maybe it's just hard. I don't know. What was I don't know. What was the last first person shooter you played on the Switch?
First person shooter?
Right. You know what I'm
First
saying? Like
person shooter.
exactly.
God, hold on. That's a great question.
Hmm.
Wait, any Mario Sunshine don't count, right?
No,
uh,
not at all.
you talking about like their exclusive titles, right? Not
Just any. Have you played
Borderlands.
any?
Borderlands.
And how does that feel on the Switch?
It doesn't feel all that. I can be honest with that one. I mean, I played their remastered version. Yes, I said remastered of the Red Faction.
Hmm.
It's not, first person, but it's third person, but it feels okay on that one. I guess older titles, like that old, feel good, but like whenever Borderlands was first made, or that year and later, does not feel good, I will say.
I was told Apex was hard to play too, but then I heard the motion controls kind of helped out a bit, and that's the same thing. I think there's a lot of people that play with motion controls on Splatoon because kind of that joystick just feels like crap. I wonder, maybe it just doesn't feel right on the Switch. Maybe Metroid. I don't know. Maybe that's why are we not getting this game? Why are we not even getting even a peek at it? I don't know what Nintendo's doing, but they're really hiding this game. And a 2D one is definitely just a spit in the face.
I think they may be working with the motion now that I think of it, and that could be a very hard thing to kind of master.
Yeah, motion controls are hard, but then again, the Wii did a pretty good job at it,
Yeah, but the
and that was a
Wii
pretty
seemed
basic console.
we had an add-on. Remember the Motion Plus? You can't really have an add-on on the
Yeah,
Switch
but when you
controllers.
have
That
a lot of these phones have it now, like the whole gyro sensor, like it's doable because some TVs have that feature now. And I don't know if
Oh no,
there's like
yeah,
a sensor in the TV, but like some TVs have it where you can. It's like a Wiimote where you can
I
like
get
move your
that, but
remote
I
around.
mean, like the Switch controllers does have a good gyroscope because I played like Mario Party and different games like that. It's more so probably fast motions with it that is probably not able to keep up properly. Because you got to think about it. In Metroid, she has the whip also.
I feel like that would be a button press. I mean, if you freaking doing a motion swing for that, I don't know. I mean, maybe you could. I mean, you do that for Mario to throw Cappy in Odyssey.
You know, I actually did not play with the motion controls on that one.
Yeah, you like shake the remote and you throw Cappy that way. So
Yeah, I
I
used
don't.
the Pro controller.
You should play with. It's not that bad with the motion controls. I actually enjoyed it. I should say try with the Joy Cons. Like do like another run of it. It's not a bad run. I played the whole game with Joy Cons.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and play a few because there's some games that I've been watching recently, and they said the motion controls are pretty decent.
Hmm.
So
All right. We have honestly, there's like so much more to talk about, but we hit that hour mark, man, and
yeah,
definitely trying to keep these episodes roughly around an hour. Um, but we
I
definitely
want
have more. Next episode, we're gonna talk more about a VR game, Demio, because I think that deserves almost an hour worth of talking because there's a lot to digest and dissect in that game.
so much
Um,
fun.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's very addictive. Definitely gonna play a lot more this week, and yeah, we'll talk more about it next episode. I think that's where we can end it. Um, Mortal Kombat's cool. Mario Brothers was a great movie.
Number two on your list,
Number two on my list.
not mine though. I mean,
Screw, screw Nintendo for that
you gotta
amiibo.
yes, definitely. Like they need to stop that crap now because later on they're gonna lose sales.
I don't think that'll really sell. There's always gonna be
I mean,
fanboys.
on Amiibos probably. I
I
mean,
don't
people are
know.
gonna. Oh no, probably because they'll scout those. But I mean, like,
It's hard
it's
to
not gonna.
say this company will ever lose money. Honestly, Nintendo. We're gonna keep going. I know this, but Nintendo is not gonna lose money. They
I
can
don't
they
think
can
they'll
do
lose
the
money.
worst thing.
I think more so people are gonna be buying it and not using it for the
The
game.
I think the respect level goes down. The respect level for them goes down. But people are still gonna buy their product,
Oh
no
yeah,
matter what.
I mean, I can probably hate their guts and still buy a Zelda game.
Exactly. Exactly. It's always gonna be there. But whatever. Let's just hope they get better. And I'm hoping by this. I don't. Is it called E3 now or like what are they? I don't know if it's still the same
Oh, still
showcase. It's
E3.
still E3. I don't even know. That's what next month, right? Starting next month, I'm assuming.
Yeah, June.
Okay. So I mean, we got some time before that comes, but uh, I'm sure we'll hear a lot more rumors. And that's definitely what we're gonna be talking about. Uh, before we actually cut off, listen. I know we said we were gonna do some type of like supernatural and paranormal stuff, but honestly, there's too much stuff with gaming right now that we kind of want to just discuss. At some point, we will throw in a Thursday episode, or not even Thursday, just another day episode. I don't even want to commit to a day yet. Um, and then if we do 2 episodes a week, I feel like that second episode, let's just go off topic, no gaming, no tech. Let's do something else completely. Um, but thank you for listening. Um, we'll see you next Tuesday. I say inside. I'm not even gonna talk about that, but Cody was great. It's something that popped in my head. If you know what "see you next Tuesday" means, then you could just you could Google that "see you next Tuesday." But it was great talking to you. Please uh like, comment, subscribe. If you comment, we will respond. We do want to have conversations, not just with each other, but with anybody who's willing to listen. Anyone, please. um, but yeah, we'll see you next week. Until then.
Later.